happy Thursday. Welcome to tonight's Team Zoom. And tonight we are going over the Punta Cana recap. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. Okay, so we went to Punta Cana on the dime of Plexus. I'm sorry, cruise. Look, my head is in the Punta Cana mindset. I'm oops. If I can do this, y'all can do this. Anybody can do this. Okay, we went on a cruise. Oh gosh. We went on a cruise. I still have my sea legs and my brain. Okay. For real. All right. So we went on a cruise for 4 days. We went to Fort Lauderdale, got to cruise on out to Labadee, Haiti, which is beautiful. I was shocked. I was totally thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to get kidnapped. This is going to be crazy. Nope, nope, nope. And of course, I should have trusted and should have known better because Plexus is just amazing and they only give us the best. So we spent 4 days on the cruise ship and it was just amazing. From the time that we got on until the time we got off, we were greeted with champagne. We got to try the active it was blackberry clementine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
blackberry clementine. That's going to be the Black Friday special. And it was amazing. They gave us mocktails. It was incredible. It was like, I really thought that it was like an actual alcohol drink, but no, it was a mocktail and it was so good. So we all got to sample that. We got amazing training from Gene Tips, from Alec, from all different trainers. And I've uploaded them. Actually, I recorded all the trainings and I put them on my YouTube. So if you guys haven't seen those yet, go check them out. They're amazing. And we just had so much fun. So tonight we wanted to kind of give you an idea and all of our different perspectives of what this looked like. So my perspective of this was this was my 9th earned, 8th. I don't know. I've lost count. This is my X amount of leaders retreat that I've earned. And I don't know how it's possible, but every single leaders retreat gets better. I don't know how it's possible. And I went on a cruise in 2018 with Plexus, and I went on this one this time, and it was just as amazing, if not more remarkable. They just keep getting better and better and better, and I continue to question how they do it. But the training in itself, I loved it because at convention we get poured into so much that it's overwhelming and it's like your brain literally hurts. By the end of the day, it's just an information overload. But with Leaders Retreat, it is a lot more downtime. But I loved how they simplified it. And they came out with examples like, here's a skit that we're going to do. I'm talking to my friend and this is what we're going to say, but we're going to rephrase it with this, those kinds of things. It was amazing. Again, go check out the trainings that I put on my YouTube so you don't have FOMO. And of course, one of the big things that I feel like sometimes I take for granted whenever I go to Plexus events is the detail, the detail that the company puts into, like, as soon as you walk on the ship, it is like Plexus has their own cruise ship. It is not Celebrity Silhouette. It is Plexus cruise ship because they have everything decorated with Plexus with quotes and just it's everywhere. And you walk into your room and you're greeted with it. And I mean, literally, please explain to me what other company, who out there, what other company is taking an entire cruise ship and saying, hey, we're going to reward you for working so hard and you get to go on this cruise ship. Enjoy and take your friends. And you get to, go have so much fun. So that was my input. I've been here long enough. You guys know, and I'm just done. I'm talked out. Here we go. So I'm going to pass it off to Michelle. And this was her very first Leaders Retreat that she earned. And I'm super, 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 super proud of her. The entire time, guys, she was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this. I don't know. I'm just not going to do it. And every day I'm thinking, I'm going to strangle this girl every day. I would wake up and I'm going to be like, you were going to do this. You're going to do this. We had a group chat going and we kept pushing her literally until she did it. And I'm super proud and I'm so glad that she got to go. So, and she doesn't like talking, but I'm making her talk. So I appreciate you getting on. So take it away, Michelle. Tell us all the things.
So yeah, the cruise was pretty awesome. Actually, I went to convention in June, so that was my first Plexus event, other than going to Jess's house. So yes, it was kind of speechless to say the least. You just see so many people, everybody's happy, everybody's telling stories.
Mhm.
But you know, we had 2 sessions and I feel like they were more personal, they're more emotional, they really get to you. It's like if you're not there and you're not hearing it and seeing it from the testimonies that they're giving, I mean, yeah, you can listen to them on the audio and hear things or read them, but it's really not the same as seeing it in person. And you know, it pulls at you and gets you to realize that people really need this stuff, and you can see the changes that have happened in their lives and how it's pushed them to become a better person and to help others as well. And obviously I stepped out of my comfort zone with Christy and doing the 2 reels, and we made some we found the ducks, so the ducks were a little plus to it to the end of the trip. And he's going to be going with me to Cayman, so he'll be part of my stories as well. But yeah, I don't know, it was, you just bond, you know, Christy and I like bonded a whole lot more than we ever have, and also we room together, and like we're more close in age than some of the other girls than I am with you guys, but that doesn't stop you from being friends and reaching out. You know, we're all encouragers. And that was a word they used to us, that we are encouragers. We're not sellers, we are, but we're not, you know, we're social encouragers, and just try to get people to believe in themselves and go on with the business and learn and understand what this company has to offer for everybody. It's you know, I've worked for a company for 24 years and it's a great company, but they're not as giving as Plexus is. So it's very much appreciated, and I learned a lot, and I'm still learning, and I still have the fear. I don't know if I want to call it a fear, but you know, you have that way of thinking like, oh my gosh, she just signed 10 people up and I only signed 1. So that's always in the back of my head, and that's just something that you have to get over, your mental thoughts. So, but still reaching for Punta Cana, so hopefully all goes well and we get to do this all again in a few more months.
Let's rephrase that.
I am going to Punta Cana.
Thank you.
Good one, Jess.
What was your biggest takeaway from the cruise?
I don't know. I think just, you know, we met the first ambassador, so I was able to talk to her and just ask her a few pointers. But it was all good. I don't know if there's really one thing that I can say I took away, you know, from it.
She met Sheila Medina. If you guys don't know, she was like the first Plexus person. She hit diamond and they didn't have that position as diamond yet. So she hit it and they were like, oh, well, congratulations, you're diamond. We don't know what that means yet, but you're the first one to do it. So she said she got to talk to her, and she gave tips because she was previously with Mary Kay, where Mary Kay is not a very good business structure. But she said she did take things from Mary Kay and bring it over to Plexus. So, which I found that was very interesting. So I loved hearing that. And it was nice to see that the girls got to go and talk to other, you know, jewels and diamonds that you hear from, you see on social media, but seeing them in person is totally different. So, Marcy, I agree about Mary Kay. My mom did it for years. She had pantry and pantry and pantries, closets full of Mary Kay. She probably still does, from like 1992, as old as me. So yeah. All right, Christy, go ahead, take it away.
All right. So yeah, just touch on a few things with Michelle. I think, can we just talk about the community, like the Plexus community? Like, I feel like that's like top notch, and I don't feel like we talk about that enough because so many people crave community. Before Plexus, I didn't realize I needed a community like this, of uplifting, powerful, encouraging, whether you're a sideline sister or a teammate right below you. Like, like Michelle and I feel like we're sisters from another mister now. Like we learned so much about each other and bonded. I feel like I have a friend for life. And just to think a year ago, I didn't even know her. And now we're making like hilarious reels, and I haven't even shared the bloopers yet, but so so yeah, so it's just the community is just incredible, and being there with all those people and meeting such nice people and hearing the stories of how they got started. And I mean, yeah, we see it on videos, but to be there and actually talk to them in person. And I have to give a shout out to Michelle for being bold, because we were sitting there at breakfast and I said, I think that's Sheila Medina. And she's like, who's that? And I was like, she's our first diamond, like our first Plexus ambassador. And so we sat there and we looked her up, make sure it was her, because she looks different and in a good way. And I said, we were like, yeah, that's her. So she's like, I want to go ask her a question. I'm like, go ahead. So she got up and went and walked over to the table next to us and asked her some questions, and I asked her some questions. And I will say the top thing I took away from Sheila was she said to share the business with every single person. Because Michelle asked her about business builders. She said, you need to share with every single person you talk to about the business. And you know, it's crazy. That's why I started. And for some reason, all these years, I wasn't big into sharing, I guess, because money is cliche and we don't like to talk about it. Like, but nowadays people need it more than ever. And I have really grown to share about it more, even if it takes a year for them to start sharing, you know? So that was my biggest takeaway from Sheila, is to share the business with everyone. Let's see. This was hilarious. Our president, Alec Clark, said he was at a breakfast or something, and he was talking to some emeralds, and he was sitting there eating bacon, and he was like, I I don't know, but bacon is like, I love bacon, so there's got to be a lesson in bacon. So he came up with an acronym for the word bacon. So B is for belief, believe in yourself. A is for action. You can't have a goal or dream without action. C is for commitment, and that they are committed at Plexus for us. He mentioned that there's other companies that buy leaders, and he'll get several calls a month for them to say, hey, if I bring my team of 10,000 people, you can pay me $500,000. And he would be like, well, why don't you pay $995 and we get started today? Like they build the leaders or leaders. They don't go out and buy them. That's why they invest in us and do all the resources and these trainings and all this stuff, because they want to build us into leaders. So that was big. Okay. So O, obvious, one Plexus, we're a family. And N is to never, ever give up. Your businesses are going to have ups, they're going to have downs, but you have to stay the course, be consistent, and continue growing, and definitely grow in your mindset. I heard that a lot, which we hear that a lot, but there were even new people. They did this panel of 4 people, and there were new people that literally started when the cruise contest started, and they earned it. And I heard a lot of it is the mindset with it. Let's see. I had quite a few notes. And you have to put in effort into your mindset. Like, you've got to, daily mindset videos, things like that. Let's see. You've heard this before, 8 to 12 exposures. Don't think that someone doesn't want something just because you've reached out to them twice is because of you. It's not because of that. It's not their timing. I heard that quite a bit from new people. They didn't let it discourage them. They just kept on trucking. They kept going. They stayed the course, Gene Tips is amazing. I love him as our new CEO. I've been around, and Tarl's been there for, since I started, and now Gene Tips, and nothing wrong with Tarl. I liked him, but I feel like we've gotten so much more in the past year since Gene Tips has come to the company. and he's such a huge asset to us. And I just love listening to him talk. He's really funny. They just have the utmost integrity and caring, and just for all of us. It's not about them, it's about what they can do to help better us as individuals and leaders in our business. And just to listen to them talk in person is just a whole nother level. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. And especially for like newer people, or if you're just getting back going the Plexus train, just remember it's not going to happen overnight. But if you quit, it won't happen at all. So, you just have to stay the course, keep on plugging, keep on growing, and everything is figure outable. I heard that from one of the new girls, that she had a lot of road bumps, but everything was figure outable, no matter how big or small. And sometimes you have to pivot in this business. You have to pivot a lot. Things change. I know in my 8 years, I have pivoted. I don't know how many times. I can't even count on my fingers and toes, you know? So even just this past year, I've had to make a lot of pivots. It's 2023. A lot of things have changed, and you have to learn to change with the changes. So that's a lot of my biggest takeaways. And you won't think of bacon again as the same. So anyway, hope some of this helps.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I loved the bacon thing. So I'm gonna add a few things, and then you guys can ask questions if you want, and we'll wrap it up. But the mindset thing, it's true. I've been telling this a lot lately. When you graduate college, you go to work, and you go out into the real life, you are probably never gonna. I personally never encountered a place of work, an employer, whatever, that says, go read a book and get better. Go read a book and have a positive mindset. Go listen to this podcast and go have a better day. You're never going to find that in the outside world like you do with this company. No. I mean, there's probably other companies or other places, but in Plexus, we preach it. You have to be a better person, to be a better leader, to have a better business, to have a stable business, and to lead others. I think that is huge. And when you do that, it becomes an effect downward that your team will want to do that. I am not the same person I was when I first started 9 years ago. Christy's not the same person. Casey's not the same person. You guys are not the same person than you were when you first started Plexus. You're probably healthy. You're much healthier. You're probably happier and like a better person to be around. I will say that. And then another thing, Gene Tips was amazing. He did give us, if you guys didn't see my post today, he gave us an economic landscape. And this is insane to me. Now more than ever, inflation is the highest it's been. The average income loss is at $7,300 already right now. Okay. We're in November. The mortgage payments have more than doubled since 2021. Rent is at an all-time high, and it's going to be 25% more expensive to heat your home this winter. And then Federal Reserve reports will be at a $0 balance after the fourth quarter, and credit card debt is over $1 billion. If that does not scare you to want to do better, I don't know what will, because personally, when I saw that, and like, me and my husband have set ourselves up for savings for the kids' future, all the things we are, but that still scares me. Those kinds of numbers still scare me. Nothing is set in stone, but you can always do better and do more things in order to make sure that you are stable. And if you're somebody who is just starting out and you're like, I'm doing all the things, I want you to go, and I want you to take a look at somebody who is successful in this business that you find: Emily Roberts, Christina Williams, Brittany Howard, Sarah Marble, Sheila Medina. Go find somebody who is finding success in this business. It doesn't even have to be a Jewel. Go and look at Casey's Facebook. Go look at Christy's Facebook. Look at Michelle's Facebook, and go find somebody that you see that is doing well, our Signline Sisters, whoever, and go take an audit of your Facebook compared to theirs. What do you see on their Facebook? I'm not saying to compare, but go see what's working for them and what looks so different from what what you're saying to your audience, what you're sharing, what your Facebook looks like, because what successful people are doing is what you need to emulate yourself, but do it as yourself. That's exactly what I've always done, to just go watch and see what somebody else is doing. They're probably not clicking the share button 7 times in a day. They're probably not selling 3 different things, 4 different things, or they're probably not posting negative things. They're not commenting negative things. So and this goes back to the whole mindset thing. Make sure that you are paying attention and being intentional. And I remember the last night I was walking by, and I heard, I think it was Celeste Gwen. She said, "This is a lifestyle. This is my lifestyle."
Mm.
And I can't and honestly, I don't know when it became a lifestyle for me, but also reading Atomic Habits right now. When you do things so much and you say these things, I'm a Plexus ambassador, I'm a Plexus Jewel, it becomes a lifestyle. I'm a gym rat. It becomes a lifestyle, rather than saying, "Oh, I go to the gym sometimes." Or I kind of sell Plexus. I share Plexus sometimes. There's a difference in what you tell yourself, and what you tell yourself is what your brain believes. So make sure that when you are doing this, you don't think of it as, "Oh, I just do that occasionally." If you are just doing it occasionally, you are going to do it occasionally. It's only going to be convenient for you. Make it a lifestyle and tell people, because when you start believing it in yourself, other people on the outside are going to start believing you as well. So don't make this like a convenience thing. Don't make it like a habit. Make it a lifestyle. Make it a true lifestyle. There's not a day that goes by that I don't wake up. And Celeste Gwen, double diamond, if you guys don't know her, she was the first double diamond ever. First person to go diamond and then do it again. She said there has never been a time in 11 years she was never, ever, ever, ever present on social media. That does not mean that it consumes her life. It just means that she consistently shows up and clocks in for her Plexus business, which it shows. So any questions, anything that you guys want to add?
Yeah, 1
Go
second.
ahead.
Sorry, I was just doing something.
Pat's new friend, yes.
Um, so I have to say they also handed out these patent papers for the Slim microbiome. Okay, they're actually sealed. It is sealed. One of y'all can see that.
Mhm.
And on the back, all the information, ingredients, all the things. I just want to show you, I did not realize this, but they filed this May 7th of 2018.
Incredible.
Y'all, that is 5.5 years it took for them to do this, to patent it. That's how big this is. That means people cannot copy it. They can't mock it. They can try to be us, but they ain't us. This is a huge deal. And we have copies of it, which is pretty awesome. It's got the patent number, all the information. But when I read the date of when they filed, I was like, wow, they went through 5.5 years to get this done. I mean, that just speaks volume, is pretty incredible to me. So I'm gonna frame this and hang this up above in my little office here. So just one little other piece.
It's amazing that they go the extra mile to make sure that we are taken care of, and that we can say we are the OG of the pink dream,
Right.
no matter what people try to say and who tries to get paid.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? Okay, I'm gonna click stop record.